Fellas, here we are again for another game of chess, and it's not just any old game. It's a game in our daily series trying to reach 2300. Sorry, I almost forgot what our goal was in rapid chess, and we have a Sicilian, although I have to readjust the board size apparently. Let's go to here, and I don't know why this was moved. Okay, that looks about right. We have a Sicilian. Let's play an Alapin. And we're facing 2222 Hama 64. Let's go after him. We are currently 2180s. And we are going to take the pawn on d5. Develop our knight to f3, protecting this pawn. And let's see what we can do. So we can, although... yeah, this version, there's a version where you do this, he takes and you take back, and then he takes here, but I don't want to play that version anymore, to be honest. So I'm just going to put my put my bishop on e2. Let's see how he responds to that. We are about 120 points away from our goal. Sounds like a lot, but hey, we could get there. We could definitely get there. Let's threaten his queen now. He obviously cannot take. It's protected. We cannot push and capture because our queen is being stared at. But if we do this, he takes. Yeah, but then we would be staring at that. So I think we can go queen b3. Just wanted to make sure this pawn is okay, which I believe it is. He takes, we take back. I guess he could take with the rook. Yeah, but okay. That can't be good for his structure, though. This cannot be good for his structure. Boom, boom. We could just castle first and foremost. Look at his king side. It's completely undeveloped. And I think we're going to want to do that. Yeah. So before we go pawn hunting, I think we should just get to 100% safety. Which is what we're going to do. He has this check, so I don't really want to deal with that. Let's get to safety first. And apparently we're down a pawn, which is the pawn he captured with his rook, but I think we have some compensation. Now we could keep the tempo flowing with a move like bishop e3, which also eventually will let our rook get to the c file. And we could even get to the c file now with our queen. All right. He develops. Boom, boom. Pushing away his rook and then starting to build seems like a decent idea. So let's start. Yeah, we are down a pawn, but I think we have plenty of compensation. If you look at things from his side, his king feels so open and my king feels so protected, which is reassuring. Now we can push. We can push the queen away. All right, fair. Now what we can do is double up here. And I believe he'll go knight to d5, hitting both of our pieces. We could probably capture with our knight. And then he'll capture probably, I guess, either way. All right, so I obviously noticed this. That's the first thing I see. It's not ready yet. Another move is this and this. which I do like quite a bit. Landing a knight here seems really good. And again, I already said it multiple times, but being down a pawn is worth it in this position. Okay. Yeah, he's hitting this pawn. So we're going to make Luft, protect this square, and avoid it from being taken. Battery. Okay, now he's probably trying to push c5. So what if we... I'd actually rather have a knight here than a bishop, so I'm going to offer the bishop trade for starters. And we'll capture it back with our knight. Getting a knight there is my ultimate dream. It also threatens a nasty fork right here, which he doesn't cooperate. Probably smart. All right. We can go here, get out of the bishop's eye. This is still on the cards for me. We could also just grab a pawn and maybe get greedy. We'd get the pawn back. Is he hitting anything? Yeah, pros and cons. It's a little sketchy to open this file up. I really still want to get my knight here, honestly. And if I drop back to make room, he pushes this before I can get that. All right, let's just get the pawn then. And he's gotten his whole army over here. Yeah, my bishop has so few squares. Only has this square. And I really want to get my knight here still. So what if we just finally nip it in the bud? He could do this, I know. But then... not sure what we would do. Just this anyway. He wouldn't have time to take it. Maybe. If he does this, we might still have this move anyway. Threatening this before he can capture. Oh, and he really doesn't want our knight to get there. Smart. But we're going to go there anyway, and we're willing to trade. This is a pretty scary threat for him. That is a pretty scary threat. He might even slide over to get out of it. Okay, surprising. Let's go after that. This knight's very well placed. If I could get anything to protect this square, it'd be ready. But it's hard to protect this square as long as his knight's there. Takes. Boom. No, this is protected. Hamas 64. Let's come here. Obviously, it's still protected. And he's basically spent the entire game bringing safety back to his king. But that's reasonable. Trying to think, yeah, like if we had our rooks here and here. Oh, wow. This knight is so well placed. Now this pawn is kind of overloaded. We can definitely kick it. Kick the rook to start. Okay. And now this is kind of under attack. But this is a threat that I just saw. Obviously he can't take it. And if he takes with this, we get the queen. So let's see what happens now. Okay, he does that. Okay, let's go after that pawn and reinforce this pawn with our queen. Once again, this is not available because I have this move. This is under attack. He might push it, but would we sack it? No. Okay, we can take it now. Unless I'm mistaken. We take the pawn. Or up a pawn. We are getting forked, but we can intermezzo a check. And that's anytime he moves this knight is dangerous. So, okay, yeah, he finally gets out of that. The check is still available, and then he blocks with this. So wait, it'd be check on e8, rook to b8. I don't see any juicy follow-up after that. There's also boom, boom, boom. That gives up an exchange, probably not worth it. We could do this though, although don't want to give up this. Let's do this. It looks weird, but the idea is solid. Protecting these two pawns, and also maybe ready to offer a queen trade one day. We're only up one pawn though. We have 3 minutes left. It's gonna come down to the wire. This is so juicy, but it's not ready. Boom, boom, check. Still nothing though. This knight, as I told you, it's very strong and it's just been enjoying its power. Okay, let's offer the trade. And then our bishop could come to d6 and just plant a home there. This knight has not moved because that's a very well placed knight. Look at this. Notice the knight. From here, watch. That knight's like, I'm not moving. And it still doesn't have to move. It's protecting the queen. Boom, boom. Yeah. Very, very annoying knight. Takes, boom. Still tempting idea, honestly. The thing is, he blocks with a rook. What if we go after this pawn? Which is what I decide to do. We need to pay attention to the clock. Time is becoming a factor. He protects it. Okay, we can come here and here. He has a check here. We need to be careful. Everything's protected though, except for my bishop. Where is he gonna go? Right there. Okay. This knight, dude, it's a beast. We're ready to push though. Probably. Loosen it up. And now my queen's having a hard time re-entering the game. I mean, that's just a joke. We gotta watch the clock. Okay, there's an injury. I like that. That was lucky that he played that. Don't think it was a good move because we also have this now, which I believe would be a mate. Yeah, it's checkmate. Yeah, I mean, let's jump into the analysis. And why is that never on for some reason? Okay. So we'll get the computer analysis going in the meantime. But I feel like we played decently well. We obviously missed opportunities. As I said, this is generally like the computer move, but I've played that line too many times and never works out for me. Plus 2.1, I play the right move, but it goes to 1.5. Anyone want to explain that? Plus 2.1, I play the move and it goes to 1.5. This queen move was a mistake. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Plus 3 advantage. Castling. True, I could have threatened his rook immediately. Okay, still got a nice advantage. Still pretty good. Wow. Alright, we lost our advantage, but okay. Yeah. Take the pawn was fine, I guess. Drop that back ended up being good. He knew we wanted to jump in there. We did it. Our knight was too strong there. Yeah, that was good. This was completely fine. That was actually better than what the engine says. Oh, taking the pawn away from the knight was a good idea. Didn't even consider that. This was a little bit gimmicky. We drop the queen back. We get the pawn. Yeah, he was kind of crumbling the entire game, honestly. Queen trade was not the best move, but we were still winning. This was bad. This was really bad because he could have started checking me. That was awful, though. Wow. Yeah, sloppy, but accuracy 85. Could be worse. But guys, we are now 2189s. It's not a bad rating. So we're going to be up to 2200 again soon. And feel free to subscribe if you want to. I'll talk to you guys very soon. Peace out, and I'll see you tomorrow. See you guys.